Hey, what's going on, guys? It is your good friend Matt. We are back again here today at the only place that we always can be. And as you already know, that's Matt's Wrestling Collectibles right here on YouTube. Today we jump right into it. This is the post review, the post night review, the post pay-per-view PLE, post Elimination Chamber review 2025. I told you I would get to you guys on Sunday. It is Tuesday. Sometimes, as you already know, we definitely get a little busy over here. So as it may be, it is Tuesday, but we are still trying to take this all in. And tell me that you're not. Tell me that you're not trying to take this all in right now. Tell me that you're not trying to take in what we saw at Elimination Chamber 2025. The first thing is first. We're going to break it down little by little. We're going to get to that main event. We're going to get to the swerve. We're going to get to all of the good stuff. I will say this, if you are watching this review and you have not seen Elimination Chamber 2025, and you would have probably had to have been living under a rock at this point to not know what happened, but if you're not looking for a spoiler, you might want to come back to this video later, so that's the only thing I can suggest. But we're going to jump right into this. We are going to do what we always do here. We are going to go over 2025 Elimination Chamber, little match by little match by little match by little match until we get to the big one. But no little matches on this card. It was definitely all big matches. It felt like all main events. Let's start off not in order, but let's just start off in my order. We'll start off with the tag team match. Trish. Yeah, see, when you get too many Trish and Tiffys and it's Tiffy Trishy time with the, listen, we gotta slow down here. We gotta bring it back. So we had Trish Stratus with Tiffany Stratton. And of course, as I say all the time, you guys can kind of see what's going on here. Tiffany Stratton, obviously, I don't want to be saying that she is being packaged as the repackage of a Trish Stratus. Obviously, we've had many of great female talents over the years. And obviously there is always that extra step above in a bracket of its own, a caliber of its own, and whether that's just off of fan interaction, fan desirability, your overall overness in that situation. Trish Stratus definitely has been in that top tier and considered to be in that top tier for a very long time. I would certainly put her there myself without question. And now you have Tiffany Stratton, and of course, very, play on words there. We have a Trish Stratus and a Tiffany Stratton. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? We're kind of doing it. We're kind of doing it here, right? Is it not all the same? Is it not a play on a repackage? And I hate saying that again, but that's what we've got here. So Trish Stratus, Tiffany Stratton, and Tiffany being, like I said, the new Trish, trying to get put over in that regard, in that sense. I actually really thought they were going to lose this match to Candice LeRae and Nia Jax. And as I had said this in the pre-pay-per-view PLE, pre-whatever you want to call it, the pre-predictions that we had over here. That was one of those moments where I really was thinking, what is best for a business point? Where are we going to make this all mesh together? Where does this all make sense? And I very much saw the possibility of, Nia Jax getting the pin on Trish, and it would kind of spin WrestleMania and the narrative just a little bit. Nothing crazy, but just a little bit. That was not the case. I was wrong. We're 0-1 on the night, 0-1 on the night, as Nia Jax and Candice LeRae took the loss. They took the L. Tiffany Stratton, Trish Stratus, pick up the victory, pick up the win. And I love it. I do love it. I think it's great. I'm very happy that they won. I was just looking at it from my creative standpoint, how my brain would work, how I would sit there and, maybe put this together and formulate this whole process. So, of course, I am not them. They are not me. I don't have that money, and they certainly don't want mine. So, with that being said, it is what it is, right? So we took an 0-1 on the night there with that. Up next, we had Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and I'll tell you right now, that was a very, I hate to say, very predictable match. I feel like it's just, we knew Kevin Owens was going to win. The return of Randy Orton, that was great. Very excited to see that. I think it definitely sets up Kevin Owens, Randy Orton at WrestleMania. And we will see where that plays out or where that goes. But a great time to be a wrestling fan, to see Randy Orton come back yet again, making his return, and just overall a great match all the way around. Very physical, very brutal, very, very much a different look at professional wrestling, in the sense that we don't see these matches all the time from the WWE. So it's always great when we do get them. And look at what Kevin Owens has now been in. 2 absolute bangers, one after another. The match with Cody Rhodes, absolutely insane. He did, obviously lost that one, took a loss there, but it was a great match, and Kevin got beat up a lot in that. He got beat up a lot in this one as well, but takes the victory, so that's great there. So we're 1 for 2 on the night now at this point. So that's, here we go, 1 for 2 on the night, or we're 1-1, however you want to look at it. I don't know. Sometimes people tally it differently, but we're 1 for 2 on the night, or we're 1-1, however you want to look at it. So up next, we had the women's Elimination Chamber match. And that was, like I said, now I'm going to have to try to remember all these off the top of my head really quick here. We had Alexa Bliss, Bianca Belair, Naomi, Liv Morgan, and Roxanne Perez, and, who else was in that? Yeah, it was Liv, Naomi, Roxanne Perez. Oh, Bailey. Bailey was in there. I'm sorry, guys. There you go. See, we're doing this in real time. But Bailey was in there also. And I had said that if we did not see some change, something different, I really, really, guys, I am telling you, I know this sounds terrible, but I was all for it going any 3 ways that weren't the 3 ways of Bianca. I did not want Bianca to win. I did not want Liv Morgan to win. And I really didn't want to see Bailey win either. So I was very much for Naomi, potentially. Maybe that would have worked. Could have figured out a story angle, whatever. But I was very much for Roxanne Perez and Alexa Bliss, and unfortunately that didn't happen. I was actually kind of disgusted with the Women's Elimination Chamber match, and not to say that Bianca Belair does not deserve her flowers, does not deserve where she is at. She is a tremendous talent. Tremendous talent. She is absolutely phenomenal. There is no questions about that. But the problem that I have is it's a very repetitive cycle, it seems. And now, as it would appear, not that I want to do a Raw review with this Elimination Chamber review, but as it would appear from Raw, we just saw Rhea Ripley take the loss to Io Sky. Io Sky is now the new Women's World Champion, and that only can mean one thing, right? That can only mean one thing, and that is, at WrestleMania, it will be a triple threat match. Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair taking on Io Sky, or Shirai, or whatever we're calling her these days, but either way, Io in the main event. And I think that's great. I think that's fantastic. I'm just kind of, I don't know. I wish they could have worked it a different way. But as much as I hate to say this, because it is a little bit of a double standard here, it does kind of give the ability for Rhea to pick up a victory again, and then that tally of world championships just goes up by one more. So who knows? We will see what goes on there. But again, so we did get Bianca winning the match, and I don't know. Like I said, I'm just not really overall too thrilled with that, but it is what it is. So, excuse me, guys. We're I don't know what's going on over here. I'm already losing my voice. It was a rough day at work. Many hours on the road, many hours out there doing my thing, and I guess I'm losing my voice a little bit here today, but it's okay. It's all right. We're good. It's all right. So on to the main event of this evening, and I believe I have everything down pat here. I hope I am not forgetting a match right now. I actually feel like that would be crazy if I was. Let's see, actually, because we can do this in real time. That's the beautiful thing about it. So let's go to Elimination Chamber match card, and we will see what we get here. But so as it stands right now, like I said, I think we're going into the main event here. Let's just double check to make sure that I am not going crazy. So we got the men's Elimination Chamber, the women's Elimination Chamber. We got Kevin Owens and Tiffany Stratton, and that's that. Yes. So there we go. So we are correct here. I don't know why. It felt like there was another match in there somewhere, but that's just how, long the night was with some of these matches and just the way it felt, and also with that crazy ending. But we go into the men's Elimination Chamber match, and with both chamber matches, I gave my two picks. I said it's got to be this way, it can't be another way. So women's chamber match, I said, hey, we got to see Alexa or Roxanne pull it off. We got Bianca Belair. I was not happy about that. My pick in that video, though, for this Elimination Chamber match with John Cena, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, Damian Priest, and Seth Rollins, I had said flat out, it's either Cena or Punk taking the victory. There's no two ways about it. The only way there's a third option is if somehow, like I said, Punk and Cena do something to each other where it puts them both out and both eliminated, and then, we go from there. We make our matches as we go. However, in this match, we did see it come down to John Cena and CM Punk, which is amazing and a great, absolute flashback, and what a hit of nostalgia for, wrestling fans of a decade ago, of 12 years ago, when we really were able to, and I say a decade ago, I keep forgetting now, here we are, 2025. So yes, very much 12, 13 years ago, we are reliving the Cena and Punk feud. It is great. It's amazing. Hopefully we'll have another Summer of Punk possibly upon us in the near future. We will see. But it came down to John Cena. It came down to CM Punk. And you already know, of course, that Seth Rollins, of course, he had to get his hands in the mix yet again after being eliminated. He curb stomped CM Punk. CM Punk pulled back into the ring. John Cena, he gives him the STFU. And that was that. He was incoherent, incapacitated. He was knocked out. And that's the way it goes there. So we didn't have to get a pin on Punk, which I think is great, and it worked out very well. I think that was fantastic. And so again, we keep on moving here with things. We keep on moving with this farewell tour for John Cena, and what a tour it is. Because, I already know, you guys already saw that video that I put up. There is no two ways about it. We end this match. We get to this final segment, and it is Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes answering The Rock after embracing with John Cena a little bit, talking all this greatness of what's going to happen at WrestleMania. And Cody Rhodes and The Rock now are face-to-face. The Rock basically says, listen, you need to be my champion. You need to follow in what I say and what I do and what I want for you and for myself. What is best for business is for you to be my world champion, not their world champion. And so Cody Rhodes, in lack of a better term, puts it down on The Rock very quick and easy. He says that he has already sold his soul to these fans, to this ring, and to this business, essentially. And that is when we got the swerve of what we thought was all swerves. I didn't think we could ever get to this point. It felt like we were reliving the Attitude Era in somewhat of a way yet again, as Cody Rhodes turned to The Rock and said, basically, in your proposal to me to be your champion, Rock, go fuck yourself. And if that is not exactly what we needed for what was to come, I don't think there was a better way to build off of it. That hits. Everybody said, oh my God, this is crazy. We didn't think we were ever going to get something like this ever. And I'm bringing this to you guys because this is the fact that we didn't think we'd see not only this happen in professional wrestling of the WWE brand, but we didn't think we would see this at all from a babyface. Could we have pictured The Rock, the final boss, the leader of the board, the head of TKO, The Rock? Could we have seen Dwayne Johnson drop that line? Maybe. Would have been more believable. Would have been less shocking, but still shocking. Cody Rhodes dropping that line blew the roof off of this building. And before the roof could come back down and settle back on to that structure, it got sent into orbit, because as John Cena embraces Cody Rhodes and is giving him the hug that we thought is, we're telling The Rock to screw, right there. And then we see the look in which John Cena and The Rock both look at each other as John Cena's face begins to droop into a smug, stern anger. And The Rock looks back at John Cena and simply says, and at that moment, when you have that split second to not know what is about to happen, because you already think that this is about to happen, but it has to be physically in front of you. At that moment, Cena steps back and kicks Cody Rhodes with a low blow. The roof was in outer space. The walls were falling down around this building as John Cena turns heel for the first time in 20 plus years. John Cena has been a good guy since basically, I would say, the end of 2003, the beginning of 2004. 21 plus years as a face, as a driving force of merchandise, as the head and the leader of this company. It was absolutely incredible. I'm still in shock. I'm still trying to take it in. I can't wait for the next installment of what we have in front of us. But John Cena is not only now heel and has made the turn of a century, it really might be the turn of a century because it is competing with the turn of Hulk Hogan. And actually, as a matter of fact, that would be wrong because Hogan turned heel in the 90s. So I am actually standing myself corrected in this moment. Hogan could have been the wrestling turn of the century in the 1900s. Cena could be the wrestling turn of the century in the 2000s. That is pretty crazy to think. That is wild to think. That is absolutely insane. What we saw was incredible. Elimination Chamber 2025 was amazing because we saw the beatdown of Cody Rhodes by John Cena, by The Rock, by Travis Scott, who in some weird way, it's all going to work into its story. So I'm sure we will see something great with that. But I leave you guys with this. With John Cena now turning heel, the question remains to be the biggest thing here. Will he remain heel to the last day of his career? Or will he turn back to a good guy, a face, before this farewell tour comes to an end? And that is the question that I have for all of you. And if you want, do me the solid, do me the favor, leave it in the comments below, as this is going to wrap up another episode of Matt's Wrestling Collectibles, MWC, casual conversation, right here at the only place that it can always be and only be, which you guys already know, is Matt's Wrestling Collectibles right here on YouTube. As always, guys, I appreciate each and every single one of you for being with me for another video, for another little breakdown, for another little rant and ramble, of course. And as always, if you haven't already, get over to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell icon if you want all the notifications for my daily videos, because we are dropping videos every single day. Almost said the F word right there. I was getting so excited, you know what I mean? Who knows? This channel might be picking up a little bit of spice. Be careful. Stay tuned. Lock your kids up. Hide your kids. Do whatever you got to do to make sure that PG audience stays away. No, I'm just kidding, guys. We're not going to do that. We're not going to change up too much here. We're going to do a little bit more. As always, we're always going to have fun here. But for another video, for myself, for, everything that you see here at Matt's Wrestling Collectibles, I was going to say for the figure that we were reviewing, but we're not doing an unboxing and review today. So there is no figure to say for said figure. There is no figure. It's just me. It's just you. It's just the camera in front of me and all of these figures around me. So until the next video, guys, stay safe, stay tuned, and I will see you all there.